Hi, ladies. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So we have Rhonda on the phone and Christy in person. Happy Monday.
It's a
Thank
good
you.
Yeah. So I want to focus on kind of retention and bringing some people back. So I don't know. I sent an email to both of you guys. I sent them individually to all of my leaders who have people other than family members on their team. So if I have somebody where they have a spouse and a child, I didn't send it to them. It's people who have multiple team members under them. I sent this email to individually. Did both of you guys get a chance to look at it?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So
thank you.
Yeah, what did you all think of it? Because I'm at that point where, I want to bring retention back up higher. And I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention that I'm sure people get at a frustrating point where they see inactive people and think, I'm the only person who has this going on. And what I needed you guys to realize is we have it going on just at a bigger scale. That I literally have 3 pages of inactive people. And then I have a whole, half of a page of terminated people as well. And then I have, and out of this 3 pages, 2 pages of it are people at 0 BV. And then I have a page of people where they're ordering 1 product because they're in the 20s for BV. So I just said to Randy, I'm like, man, what can we do? And I toyed with, do we offer an incentive or a challenge? Do we do a giveaway? Do we do a butt kicking? What do we do to try and I don't ever want to come from a place of blame or threat or shame, but I want it to be an empowerment. I'm here to help you on this race. And what can I do differently? What can I do better? Do you realize all the health solutions we have out there?
Right.
So I drafted this letter yesterday morning, came back, read it again last night, and then at about 9:30, I started copying and pasting it. Now, you're going to laugh with this because if you saw the last line is, if you prefer to meet with me in person, I'm open to that too. And just in my copying and pasting, I'm pretty sure I sent that to 5 people who live out of state where I didn't time and forget to delete that sentence. So definitely either edit that out in the beginning or pay attention to who you're sending it to when you're sending. But I would love to hear your feedback on what you thought of the letter. And if you have any ideas, I'm open to anything, but I really want to dig down into those people that have fallen off the tracks and how do we get them back?
Sure. Well, I thought the letter was great. It was perfect. And actually, I think if I had to come up with something, I probably wouldn't be able to come up with something as good as you did. So that works out perfect. I guess
you're welcome to copy and paste what I use, because whenever I share something, feel free to borrow it.
Right. And then I feel because I'm still at such a smaller level of people and I'm still building, I only have the 2, which one is my mom and one is my friend. So I'm hoping once my friend has her baby, maybe she'll start getting back into the process of it, considering one of her friends is one of my new members. So I'm hoping maybe that'll help her, feel okay, well, my friends are doing it. So maybe, it'll give her some motivation. But I was wondering, I know Isagenix, we had the bedtime belly buster group going on, but I wonder if sometimes people feel overwhelmed by being in something so big that I wonder if maybe our team, our personal team, could do something on a smaller scale, maybe not with so much as the exercises, but maybe we could post suggestions for exercises like the planking and stuff like that. But maybe we could do our own smaller version of a team challenge and see if maybe we can get them, motivated on a smaller scale. Because I have a hard time getting people wanting to do the challenges, even my own team members, the bigger ones. So I'm just kind of wondering if we start out with a smaller scale version. I'm not sure. What do you think on that?
So, and I'm not opposed to that. My constant struggle is I feel like a lot of the times it's me or Randy or Tanya doing a majority of the posts. That I'd like to see all of the leaders step up and do more posting.
Okay.
I love the idea of team giveaways. I personally have been a little frustrated with the last few giveaways that we've offered that we're not getting the participation. For as big of a team that we have under us,
Mm-hmm.
the numbers should be like double of what we're seeing. So for example, in that, the biggest weight loss challenge, now granted it was 16 weeks, so maybe that was too long that people forgot about it.
Right.
But out of a team where, if you look at our ISA Journey page, we have thousands of people on that page,
Mm-hmm.
and we had 12 people start it and only half of them finish it. That's shocking with a team, even if you figure 300 are watching on the page.
Right.
Like,
right.
And this whole team challenge we're doing this month of the May sampling of 5 people to host a sampling party. Rhonda, you're the only one who's done anything about it yet so far, and we're down to 2 weeks left. So I like the idea of challenges. My frustration part, and this is why I put a goal of, in order for me to give up a $40 shake, I need to see participation.
Right.
That I was happy to do the $200 giveaway, but I expected to have 50 people in that challenge.
Right. And I don't know how I missed that one, because I thought I saw it like towards the end when you guys were wrapping it up. So I don't know where I missed that or when it started, because I would have loved to have been in that. Because
I started the post January 2nd. And I did a challenge there. I did I think a Facebook Live talking about it. And I did 2 others, like when we hit the halfway point, like, hey, don't forget we have this challenge going on. And maybe I should have brought it up more often, like every 4 weeks or every 3 weeks, to keep reminding people. But, I'm all about incentives and dangling a carrot in front of people to get them to do it. But it also has to be worth my while if I'm giving away product. So I'm a little hesitant to doing our own Belly Buster challenge, especially when what Lori and the people running the Bedtime Belly Buster challenge has asked from all of us in the mastermind call. So when Cindy does her Monday mastermind calls, there's like 30 to 40 of us on the call. We have all donated towards that prize. Gotcha. So like we personally have put in $25, I think, towards that prize. It should be a big purse for that challenge because different people on the mastermind call have donated towards it. So they're going to get a bigger prize on that challenge. You know what I mean? And I totally hear what you're saying, because I have a hard time staying involved with all the pages. Like I personally don't use HHP that much, but I try, and I'm on Mastermind. I don't follow ISA for Wealth as much as I should. I look every Monday for sure to get that Monday night call for Cindy of who's going to be on, kind of thing.
Right.
But I get it, because there's so many pages out there. How do you keep track of which?
I know. I have the same problem. I at least try to stay up on ours, our 3 pages and stuff. So I'm up to date with whatever you and Randy have going on. And then I'm like, okay, where haven't I checked in lately at, and HHP.
Exactly.
And those, I get the notifications, but sometimes I get so many of them that they get lost in my thing, and then I miss something.
Right. So I'm torn with that idea. Like I hear you, and I like the idea.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, totally.
But I don't know. I'd have to think about that one.
Because I know how that goes when you're trying to do that with like my other business, where you're trying to entice people in your page to interact on the group page by offering giveaways every month. And next thing you know, you're like, I'm pretty much just giving away all this money and nothing's going beyond what I'm offering. Like it's like they only interact because something's in it for them, and that's where it stops. So I totally get how that goes.
So, and what I really, Lisa gave me the idea, because I was saying, well, maybe I should do a weight loss challenge on a smaller scale, like a 30-day push, because then people wouldn't forget about it. And she said, or give a minimum. You have to have X amount of participants to give something away. And so that's what got my idea about this May one. Like, hey, let's all host parties. It's one night out of the month. Let's all throw together a party, but we have to have at least 5 people doing it other than me.
Right.
And, again, I'm willing to part with a $40 shake, but I need to see people step up to the plate.
Right.
So, for those who are watching on the recording, it's not too late. We have 2 weeks. You can throw together a sip and sample in 3 days. People are willing to jump on an outing. You think about if you just call up a girlfriend and say, hey, let's go to the movies, or hey, let's go out for a cocktail. People will jump to make plans. So it's not like you need this elaborate 10-day preparation for a sip and sample.
Right.
Come up with one at the end of this week or next week. There's still time. But that's just the point of, I need to see other people stepping up to the plate if I'm going to keep giving stuff away. So you may see more of my challenges around, there's a minimum expectation.
Right.
And as a leader, I don't think that's too much to ask personally. Rhonda, what's your thoughts?
I totally agree with you. I understand maybe the smaller scale would maybe entice more of our team, but at the same time, it's kind of recreating the wheel. It's already being done. They can participate in those if they choose to. So work smarter, not harder kind of thing, you know?
Yep. Why don't you and I were brainstorming on Thursday that I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on this, and I'd like you to share your thoughts with Christy and for people who are going to watch us on the replay, because I thought it was brilliant. So Rhonda's at a point, she's trying to get some people back active as consultants and get some new activity going on her team. So tell everybody about your salt cave idea.
So there is a Himalayan salt cave, which is about an hour from here. And I was thinking that it would be really cool to have all of our leaders go and participate in that. And I could pay for them to go because it's not really expensive. It's probably $15 a person or something. So it's not expensive, but it would give us some time, like maybe some bonding time. And
like a leader retreat.
Yes. And so maybe it could be current leaders, new promotions to leader, and even maybe incorporate somebody that, since enrollments are so few and far between, even maybe if they have a new enrollment, one person even.
Right. So when Ron and I were talking about this, we were kind of talking out loud together, and I said, what if you offer multiple ways for them to earn their way to this retreat? You know, maybe it's a rank advancement. Maybe it's getting back to paid as consultant. Maybe it's around an enrollment or two. Like, you could offer, say, 3 to 5 different options of, here's your way to earn your way into the retreat. And then, am I understanding this correctly? You're all in the same cave at the same time?
Yes.
Yes.
So we would rent
like some leader training while they're all getting salted and detoxed, you know, at the same time.
That's interesting.
I said, we need one of those out here because I totally love that idea. You know,
so I thought it would be something health oriented and a reward as well.
And you're not breaking the bank, and you're making them earn their spot. You know, that it's covering. It's great modeling and great, you know, going forward. And you could make it an annual or a semi-annual retreat. Like, you know, hey, let's do this every June or every June and December. You know what I mean? Like, you could offer that as we're going to do this every year. And, you know, depending on how generous you want to be, you know, if they really go for it and it brings together a lot of camaraderie and you see your business grow, you could say we could order it quarterly. You know what I mean? Like, you could play with that and see what kind of excitement and new growth it brings out of it.
Exactly.
So I love that idea. So let me know when you have it all put together, and then maybe even share that on Shooting Stars for other people to think about, what can I do to my team to create a similar atmosphere or a training environment that would be fun, and let them get their wheels and juices flowing.
Sounds good. I can do that.
So when are you going to have that done by?
Well, I'm kind of looking at my calendar, and I'm thinking, I'll probably post it in the next couple weeks. I'd like to have it up by the 30th of May and give them to the 30th of June.
Okay. And then have your reward be in like July or something.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. Okay. So those are 2 great ideas. Any other ideas on trying to bring some growth back? Or not even growth, but, you know, bring people back where they stopped using the products.
I guess just have them questioning, like you said, really is where they're at.
Right.
Like, compare how you felt before you started the products, how you felt while you were on them, and how do you feel now?
Right. And, you know, obviously this is not taking place of our 30-day check-ins that we do, or the team newsletter that I send out about monthly. Like, and it is interesting because in the newsletter, I send it out via Constant Contact, and both of you know that on Constant Contact, I can see who opens it. Now, not that my emails are any different than national averages for opens. And this shocked me the first time I heard it. The average open for emails is 15 to 20%, which to me, I'm like, oh, what do you mean they didn't open my email? Of course you want to hear what I had to say. Like, I was shocked the first time I heard it.
Yeah, that is shocking.
But I got to tell you, we're right there in those averages. So when I'm sending out to team members in the hundreds and I get 15% opens, you know, a lot of these people who would be gaining from opening the newsletter, this is that step of they're not opening the newsletter, so they're getting this. Now, I did send it in instead of using Constant Contact or a group situation, I copied and pasted and sent it personally to every person, which I'm hoping will then get a bigger open rate, seeing that it's coming directly from me and it's not a group situation.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know. I mean, when you look at that open rate, we'll see who opens this, you know, that it could change every month. And the other thing I need to do is I want to take the basis of this and tweak it for my terminated people who aren't, you know, paying the annual fee. Mm-hmm. And for the people who are ordering, most of these people are ordering an Ionix. I can tell from the BV, like they order one Ionix a month. Okay, well, there's more products other than the Ionix. Like, how do we get them either back on the system or using other products, whether it's the Amped line or the immune booster or the vitamins or the greens, you know, whatever it is. So somehow I need to tweak this slightly for those two other groups. So I haven't exactly decided what that letter is going to look like, but it's going to be very similar to this. I think I just need to rewrite a couple paragraphs.
Right. And I think too, like a lot of my mail, like I noticed your newsletters were going in my spam folder, but then they were getting like lost in there because I get so much spam. So my computer just is like, okay, I'm going to put that over here and this you get to see.
Can you mark it as not spam so that it doesn't go in there, or because it's coming from Constant Contact, it automatically goes?
No, I think what I should have done at first when I'm still kind of new at this whole email thing when trying to figure out what works and doesn't work. I know how to unsubscribe from like junk mail that I get.
Yes.
But if I move it to my inbox, then it's like, oh, she wants that in her inbox. So then all of a sudden those emails will start coming in my inbox. So it'll realize, oh, she doesn't want that in her spam. She wants that to go.
Right.
My husband told me about that. And I'm like, why did I think of that sooner? I just didn't think that would work that way.
And so it's interesting because it is coming out from a group search engine like Constant Contact. It's actually not supposed to go in spam. So that's interesting that it is coming through as spam. The other thing to know with Constant Contact is if you have anybody ever unsubscribe, you can never re-add them back in on that same email address.
Gotcha.
And I've had team members unsubscribe, not meaning to unsubscribe. Actually, my mother was one of them. That then I needed a different email address to put her back in. And so that gets a little tricky as well.
Gotcha.
And then obviously you guys as leaders forwarding that email to your team, because I only have my personally enrolled in there. So I don't have your personally enrolled in there, that we want to make sure everybody's getting the announcements and the information.
Gotcha.
Right.
As a heads up, so Dairy Free was supposed to be released today. I went on first thing this morning to check because I was going to edit it and put it in my auto ship for tomorrow. It still was not letting me put it in. So I am going to ask Cindy about that on the mastermind call next. The other thing is, I believe she said last week that tomorrow we should have a new shake release, and it should be a brand new flavor we've never had, which I don't know what it is, but that is a perfect opportunity to get a hold of your team. And this is what I'm going to encourage is maybe think about a different way to get a hold of them about the shake release. Like if you've never used, oh my gosh, now I'm blanking out what it's called. It's the walkie-talkie thing that you talk into, the video one.
Marco Polo.
Thank you. Send a Marco Polo message or send a Facebook, you know how you can make a video in Facebook and send it in a message?
Yeah.
Like maybe try something different to alert your people. And I will comment on IsaJourney, hey, new shake release. Like once I find out for sure on the mastermind call that yes, we're having one and it's coming tomorrow. I don't think we'll know the flavor. I just think we'll know it's coming. That I'm going to encourage you guys to then reach out to your teams and alert them. The other thing I always really want to stress when we do shake releases is that we find people are shake heavy after a shake release. And what Cindy told us is we're supposed to get a new shake tomorrow and a returning seasonal shake in June, which means we're going to have 2 back-to-back months where people are shake heavy for their auto ships. So maybe in a separate email or in that announcement where you're letting them know we're getting a new shake, remind them that we have systems with 2 shakes in their auto ship so that they're not so shake heavy, or even to do something like the performance line, or order 6 bars, or order 6 ionics, or try new products like Isogreens and the new Harvest Thins. Like, get them encouraged that yes, yay, you're going to have a lot of shakes because we have this new seasonal shakes, but that doesn't mean we stop. That means there's other things to try, or there's other systems to look at. So my favorite systems that don't have as many shakes are the Custom Energy and the Athletes Pack and the Custom Performance. So look at those and highlight those so that they have options where they don't feel like they have to put a 30-day system in their auto ship and then end up with like 6 seasonal flavors plus 4 more from an auto ship.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Does that make sense to both of you guys?
Yes.
Okay. So I think we need to be very intentional about that, both this month and next month, knowing it's going to be 2 back-to-back months of seasonal shakes. Because we don't want our carts to spike and then have nothing for the rest of the month. We want to keep them ordering other stuff.
Week by week.
Yeah. So I think that's it for us. The other thing is, don't forget, Cindy will have her call tonight at 8. I don't remember who she's interviewing tonight. And if you didn't catch it, oh my gosh. So Jake had a game last Monday that we couldn't watch it live. And over the weekend, I went back and watched the one again that she interviewed Jillian. And she knew she was going to have such a big request for the Jillian one. She did make a YouTube link on it. So I put it on Isojourney this weekend. Jillian is one of the nutritionists that gets into the science and the developing of new products and the research behind the products and the whole kit and caboodle. And it is a fantastic podcast, not business related at all about the science, the research, talks a lot about the no compromise, which is a heads up, the trivia for today. The answer is going to be found in that video of Cindy interviewing Jillian. That she talks about how our no compromise is better than the organic stamp, and why our no compromise system is better than the organic stamp. So it's a really, really good listen. It's long. It's about 40 minutes. So she went 10 minutes over, but I would encourage you guys to watch it and encourage your team to watch it. And maybe that would up some activity, and this is where you can give away really little things like a sleep spray for $12, or one of those $5 shaker bottles where you could stack some goodies in it, or, something where, hey, anybody who watches this week, this is a great, podcast about the science and the research behind our products. So I loved it because, me, I get geeked out on the science. Anything else I can help either of you with or answer questions for?
I don't think so. I think I'm just.
Well, I do actually have a question.
Okay.
If you have a person that wants to come on to Isagenix and they just want to order stuff, like they don't want an auto ship, they don't want a system, they just want to order things. Mm-hmm. Do you sign them up as a preferred customer at the $39 rate?
So preferred customers $29, customers $39. I usually still do the preferred customer and explain that you're going to have, like, 2 weeks in, we're going to go through your back office and show you different things, and we have the 30-day money-back guarantee. So I don't ever offer the customer option. You could, and that's up to them if they want to waste the $10 to get the preferred customer. But, and it's funny because Randy and I have differing opinions on this. And Christy, you're the perfect example. So 98% of the people who come onto our team, we come in on a system. And out of that 98%, 98% of them come in on one of our 3 enrolling systems. Every once in a while, I'll have somebody come in on a performance pack or a healthy aging system. But most of the time, I stick to those 3 products. But then you have those times where people are like, I just want this product. And it's very interesting because in my new networking group that I joined, I have 3 people who want very specific products. And one of the girls has all of these issues. She's tried every system. Now, I firmly believe that our products would be a game changer for her, but she is not willing to try it. And the only product she wants is Isogreens. And Randy is like, why did you just sell her Isogreens? It's not worth it. And I said, because I want her referring my customer service to other people. I'm in the networking group with her. It's worth it to meet her where she is with Isogreens than to turn her business away. You were in that situation, Christy, where Matt was on disability. You could only come in. And I even said to you, because I think you said you wanted just shakes. And I said, you have to come in with at least an Ionix and a shake, because I knew that Ionix was going to be a game changer. And then it was within 2 or 3 weeks, you're like, okay, now I need to learn how to cleanse. What do I need to order to get a cleanse? You ordered like a cleanse and a cleanse bundle. But then by 2 or 3 months later, you were able to order a system.
Right.
So I am about meeting them where they are, but I know that I've already explained the synergy. I've already presented the normal and rolling kits. And if they're dead set against it, sure. And the other guy in my PPNG group, he wants Just Recover. Now, he has yet to pull the trigger because he's a little annoyed that you have to pay a $29 membership fee for that first order. But I'm like, I'll sell you Just Recover, but you got to pay the wholesale membership fee once, you know? So I meet them where they're at, but, you know, 97, 98% of that time, they're coming in on a kit. Does that answer your question? Rhonda?
So
what do they want to
can get in for $39? It's not $49?
Well, our normal, like anybody enroll, is $29.
Okay. So they can get in for $39.
Yeah.
Because I know there's different rates for people. And do they have to, they can just order one thing, then pay the membership and order one thing?
Yep.
Okay. I've never had anybody.
Well, and there is a difference
that,
also, because I don't ever offer just the customer over preferred customer. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's something like if you're a preferred customer, you get, I don't remember what the percentages are, say 20% off. And if you come in as just a customer, you only get 15%. So I would still bring them in as a preferred customer and say, we'll talk about what that auto ship's going to look like for you. We'll have plenty of time before that 30 days is over for you to look at it, because they can always cancel an auto ship, but why not bring them in at the cheapest price they can come in at?
True.
And worst case, they can always push their auto ship off if they don't want to order something for whatever reason. So it's worth saving the $10.
And the percentage of whatever they're getting on the product.
Exactly. So if you don't want to order something one month, so be it. You just push your auto ship off to the next month. It's not like you're obligated. You know, I don't disclose that, but if after they enroll, they're like, well, I don't want to order anything this month. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Just push your auto ship off, you know, make sure you're within the 28-day range. And that's what I always encourage, so they don't run out of product if they're buying on a monthly basis.
And I'm assuming you girls are walking people through their back office at the 2-week interval anyway, so you're showing them different things. And I try hard not to have them push. If anything, I just have them look at smaller kits if they need to, or start incorporating the amped line or something they haven't already done.
And you know what I also found is helpful too, when I can't get together physically to do the back office training, I actually did a video with my phone on my computer walking them through the back office process, just to give them an idea of where to click, how to get to it. And then they pretty much go from there. And then I also encourage they can use the IsoLife app to manage their back office, like
that's
their
a great idea.
Yeah, because sometimes, you know, I had my one girl go, well, do I have to do it from a computer? I'm like, no, you have the IsoLife app. Just go on there and you can manage your auto ship or do a wholesale order directly from your phone. So,
and I forget about that all the time because I'm not an app person. So that's a great idea.
And I actually have more on my team that actually have the app now than I don't. So it's actually
awesome.
pretty nice. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I hate to cut you girls off, but I need to jump on the mastermind call. So stay tuned for what I find out, because I do think there's going to be a shake announcement for tomorrow.
Okay.
And like I said, Rhonda, when you have your letter and your incentive, put that on Shooting Stars so we can all steal and get ideas from that. And then feel free to borrow this letter and get it out to your people as well.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.